Now that is what I'm talking about. That's a tiger. What is up, guys? So I am currently on the way to my local tiger salamander roads. This storm that I've been watching all night seems to finally be hitting. And so I'm gonna go ahead and just see if anything's moving. The last few storms we've gotten, unfortunately, have always just hit at the wrong time, either midday or they just stopped entirely once it got dark. And this one, I waited till it is currently 2:30 a.m. And so hopefully I'm timing this right. Unfortunately, I'm also kind of sick right now. It's just kind of a cold, but man, it sucks. I don't feel the best. My head is kind of pounding, but we only get hit with this weather for a short period throughout the year, always late winter, early spring, and the salamanders don't move for long. It's a short occurrence, so unfortunately I just gotta push through it and take advantage of the situation, but no complaints here. We're just gonna get at it and see if anything's moving. It is 53 degrees right now. I don't know if you guys just saw that, but that fog was crazy. Kind of makes it hard to see anything on the road, but as long as I'm paying attention, I'm sure we'll see something. So let's hope this rain starts hitting really nicely, and let's get at it. I don't know if you guys can see that, but there we have it, first one. Really nice. Not necessarily the prettiest individual, but I mean, that's a pretty standard, nice looking one. Pretty dang cool. I'm gonna help him off the road and keep moving. Alright, so we got another. This one's super cool looking. Might definitely have to get photos of this guy. I love when they're super blotched like that. Very nice. Oh, here's number probably 5. There's a few I haven't stopped for because they're in front of someone's house. Kind of feel awkward stopping right there. But yeah, another big one. Check that out. Very cool. He's heading towards the breeding ponds. The other ones have been actually heading away from the breeding ponds. So this is what it consists of, just driving back and forth up and down these roads. Eventually you're gonna see a little slimy critter just scooting across the road, or even just sitting in the road and waiting to get hit by a car. And you gotta just hop out and do your thing. Super blessed to have these roads so close to me, because tiger salamanders are a pretty sought after species for herpers in Indiana. They're not necessarily the most common species, but if you get in the right areas like this, they do tend to turn up in pretty decent numbers. Oddly enough, some of the biggest populations in the state are in the worst type of habitats. It's like cow pastures and random agriculture settings. Super weird. Let's see if we can cruise one on video. This is that house that I don't want to. Oh, see, there's one right there. See, there's one right there. Yeah, I don't want to stop right there, because if I saw someone just kind of messing around in front of my house at 2 a.m. in the middle of nowhere, I'd probably be a little sussed out. So unfortunately, all the ones that are in front of their house are probably just gonna have to cross on their own. But luckily, this isn't a busy road, so I don't think we'll have too much problem with DORs tonight. See, there he is. Just went right over the top of him. Oh, see, there's another right there. I'm gonna go right over the top of him and not hit him, so don't worry about that. But man, if they weren't in front of that house, I would stop for them. It's so weird how most of them move right there on that property. Maybe it's because they have more cover due to, like, farm equipment or something, but super annoying. That was two of them back to back though. This is the section I like to see him in, so I can stop here, no worries. Right there. There we go. See it? Let's see if he's a pretty one. Pretty standard looking. Still such a beautiful and awesome species. Like, man, look how big that salamander is. Like, that is a massive salamander. Definitely the biggest in the state, aside from mud puppies and hellbenders. But he's gonna do his thing and crawl up into that soil and probably burrow for the rest of the year, unless it rains again. I don't know. I assume he's probably done his breeding job because he is leaving the breeding pools over there. So I'm gonna actually help him get up out of the road and we'll keep moving. Got another. Oh yeah, that one's really nice. Check out that pattern. Very nice. I love when they got just the super clean, contrasty blotches. Gorgeous. So I figured it would be proper to go ahead and show the other critters that I'm seeing in the road. This is a spring peeper, super common. I've been swerving around these guys all night, but these are just one of the early spring breeders that you often hear calling from your local ponds. And they usually hop across the road pretty quickly. Just looking at me. I'm gonna keep cruising for a little bit longer to see if I can turn up a smallmouth salamander, because I really need field guide style shots of a home county smallmouth salamander. So hopefully maybe one of those will turn up. I usually see a smallmouth for every like 10 tigers I see on this road. So I guess we'll just see if one pops up. Man, I almost didn't see this guy. Very nice. I just swerved last second to miss him. It's a pretty nice one, not gonna lie. There we go. Just like that. Another one. Now that is what I'm talking about. That's a tiger. Dear Lord, what a nice individual. That one is just incredible. I'm gonna have to get photos of this one for sure. So I just passed one, once again, right in front of the house. But here is another one. It's just back to back to back. Let's see what this one looks like. Okay. A little less spotted. Sorry, my flashlight was making him look terrible. A bit less spotted for sure. Still such a cool salamander. I can't get over how big these things are. I can see 1,000 of them and they'll still just blow my mind. Crazy. So I think I might make this my last pass. Like I said earlier, I'm not really feeling the best. This cold has really been getting to me. I can barely breathe through my nose and my head is just pounding right now. Hopefully I can turn up a smallmouth salamander on this pass, but if not, you know, it's no big deal. I don't need to get the smallmouth tonight, but it would be pretty cool. So let's cross our fingers. We got another. Let's go see what it looks like. Another pretty nice one. Very cool. off towards the breeding ponds where he was heading. Very nice. Might be the last one of the night. All right, guys, so I decided to finally call it quits. I was at it for a good while. I think we ended the night somewhere between 15 and 20 tiger salamanders. I didn't film every single one of them, but I filmed enough that hopefully you guys got a good taste and sample of what they look like and what they're about. This is one of my favorite times of year to go herping. And you know, there's just nothing like cruising up on a big salamander in the middle of the road. But yeah, I'm very tired, and like I said earlier, haven't really been feeling all that great. So I'm gonna go home. It's almost 4 a.m. right now. If I get out sometime later this week, I'll include that in this video. But if I don't, I'll see you guys next time. Appreciate you watching and hope you enjoyed that. All right, I lied, guys. One last tiger. This one was on the way home on a different road. Pretty nice. But this is a super busy road, so I'm gonna go ahead and quickly move him off before a car comes. But yeah, very cool looking individual. What is up, guys? So it is currently a few days after those last clips you saw. I'm currently on my way to a salamander spot where I'm gonna be flipping some cover, mainly natural cover like rocks and logs, but there's a lot of species here, and by a lot I mean really just like 5 or 6. Smallmouth salamanders, spotted salamanders, tiger salamanders, polyploid salamanders, and then just like common plethodons and Eurocea, like redback salamanders and two-line salamanders. We're gonna see what we can get into. I'm gonna wear a GoPro and try to get some live flips on camera. Yeah, so I'll show you what I find and let's get to it. Oh wow, this is pretty crazy. These are 2 different sizes. Doesn't make any sense. Oh, there we go. So these 2 are a match. There's got to be another bigger one somewhere. It's got to be around here somewhere. That's pretty crazy. I'm gonna keep an eye out for it. Oh, I almost didn't see him. There we go. Nice little Jefferson / polyploid. It's actually missing an eye. Nice little polyploid. It's unfortunately missing an eye on that side, but that's a nice salamander. Has some nice blue speckling. Very cool. Put this rock back. There we go. Let him go. I definitely hear some coyotes going crazy out there. I don't know if you guys can hear it over the spring peepers and the wind, but I hear coyotes coming from over there, and I hear them from over there. Hopefully that doesn't become a problem. Might be able to... There we go. Another little plethodon, a lead-backed phase redback salamander. pretty common. Come on. He'll find his way.
Ooh, there we go. Check that out, guys.
Nice little spotted salamander. Usually pretty common here, so I'm surprised it took me this long to find one. Very nice. I tried my best to photograph this guy, but he is not sitting still. So I'm just gonna go ahead and let him go. The rock was right here. Let him slip down into this little crevice and back under it. Just like that. He's back home. Beautiful day out though, so maybe I'll find more. Maybe one that'll actually sit still for a photo. It's another plethodon. Little lead-back phase redback salamander. Oh, there we go, just like that. Got a spotted right there. Another leadback right here. Nice little double flip. This spotted looks nice. I'll let this little guy go down into a hole right there. This is another nice little spotted. Got some nice orange on his head. Super clean spots down the back. Very cool. These are one of my favorites for sure.
Ooh, look at this fat fella. Oh my. That's a big guy right there. Wow. Nice little polyploid. Super nice blue speckling. We'll just go ahead and let this guy go. I can already tell he is not gonna sit still. And off to find another. Ooh. Is this it? No, that's not it. Man, they've gotta be nearby. That last one was kind of buried under some leaves, so it's a chance I might not see it. Alright guys, so I decided to head out from that spot. Kind of gave up a little early, but you know, I found some spotted salamanders and some polyploids. I could have kept pushing for a smallmouth or a tiger, but over closer to where I live, those are the two more common species anyways, so I wasn't really too determined to see those. But yeah, I would call it a success for sure, you know, especially with the spotteds. I always love seeing those. I was expecting to see more, but honestly, I think for some reason it's just still a little too dry. We've had some heavy rains, but maybe it just wasn't enough to really get everything above ground. And I haven't really been monitoring the rain in this area simply because I wasn't really planning on coming here, but you know, it's not too far from where I live, so I assume they probably got similar rain. Maybe it just isn't quite enough yet. You know, some of the cover was moist underneath and some of it was a little bit dry. So if anything was dry underneath, that's kind of an indication that it hasn't really gotten too much rain, or at least enough rain. I don't know, maybe I'll have to wait a week or so, let these next rains come in, and we'll see if that gets stuff moving. Might come back and see if I can find more species, or at least more numbers of what I found already. But yeah, so this might be the end of the video. I don't know. If I get out sometime this week, I might film. I don't know. It's hard to say. I just got to watch the weather and see what happens. Until next time, thank you guys for watching once again, and I'll see you later.